All right, everybody, what's going on? We're back with Mortgage in a Minute, the no voice version. We just came back from an incredible event in Las Vegas at the Bellagio for AIM Fuse 2019, and we are all fired up. But this week, the much anticipated condo approval changes for FHA are now in effect as of October 15th. So let's break it down a little bit exactly what that means. If you've ever tried to apply for financing for a condo, you know that typically you've had to go through a full approval process. If you're a real estate agent watching this video, you know your client has to go through that process. Now, there are some ways to do limited reviews with large down payments, but for the purposes of today's Mortgage in a Minute, we want to talk about that recent FHA changes that again have now gone into effect. So what does this mean? As of right now, prior to this change, only 6% of condos in the US were actually FHA approved, an extremely low number. So FHA has taken the stance that they now want to be able to loosen up the guidelines and give first-time buyers the ability with only 3.5% down to get an FHA condo approved. So what are some of the rules? You're going to go through a typical condo review process, which basically the condo complex has to have a minimum of 5 units in there to qualify for it. You're going to get an FHA condo questionnaire, which what I'll do is I'll go ahead and post a PDF of that questionnaire right below in the comment section so you can look at some of the questions that are being asked. You'll need to get a master insurance policy, as they want to require that there's appropriate amount of coverages. In this case, it is $1 million general liability coverage. They're going to be looking at the budget for that condo community, and then they're going to be looking at other things on the questionnaire like the current occupancy ratio of the complex, if one entity owns more than a certain percentage of units. But it is not going to be extremely difficult, but there will be an approval process to go through. But who wouldn't want to now be able to buy a condo with as little as 3.5% down? The only caveat to the down payment is if it is a manual underwrite, you must put 10% down. So what is a manual underwrite? Typically that means that the borrower has a credit score of maybe 640 or less. Don't hold me to that number for any other loan officers that are watching this video, but if you have below 640 or 620 and you don't have a very strong file, it's a manual underwrite, and that will require 10% down. So most people qualifying for a condo will have to get a DU approval, and we now have the ability to do so. We are so excited for this change, so excited for the opportunity to serve more homeowners. Tune in next week for another Mortgage in a Minute. Hopefully my voice is back, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.